Good morning, everyone. So it's time for another terrible YouTube video, and let's just dive into this one. So this is going to be the pusher intake system for the 15 and 16 6.7 power strokes. They also make it for the 2011 to 2014 if you have the 15 or newer style turbo, and they make it for the 17 and up aluminum bodies. The aluminum body style is a little bit different. Mainly, you get an airbox with it. That's one thing that I kind of don't like about the 15, 16, but not a big deal. I can eventually make a little intake box for it to kind of shield that filter and everything. So, 3 disclaimers. 1, this is a work truck and my engine bay is very dirty. It gets worked, guys. 2, I buy all these products with my own money. I am not sponsored. I did not get any special treatment or discounts on it. This is my honest review. 3, this package was damaged. So this is no fault to pusher, but FedEx majorly screwed up. They put a set of pallet forks completely through the box that the intake was in. Everything in the box was packaged really well. It had packing peanuts in it. Every single part was individually bubble wrapped. It was all nice and neatly packed tightly. This is no fault of pusher. Excuse me. With that being said, pusher only carries $100 of shipping insurance on this, which I think is probably the only really thing I can dock them on, to be honest, because if you know these intake kits, they are expensive, and to only have $100 of insurance on something that is 15 to 20 times that cost seems like a little bit of a mistake by pusher, but their customer service has been good. I've been working through it with pusher, and I'm not going to dock them for that because stuff happens, guys. Waiting time on these kits are about 3 to 6 weeks, depending on which manufacturer you're getting them from. I got mine in about 2.5, 3 weeks from pusher, which I thought was really good. And like I said, quality-wise, the welds are really good. Everything is very well laid out. The fitment was spot on. Probably the hardest part was this actual hot side charge pipe. And they have a 2-piece version for you guys running aftermarket turbos. I went with the 1-piece because I'll probably always be running a stock or close to stock VGT setup. So because of that, this is a very tight fit. It uses the factory little C-clip in there, or for lack of a better term, C-clip. I don't know what the actual technical term is for that, but it's a pain in the behind. But once it's on there, it is a tight fit. But the good thing is it's not going anywhere. So your fitment for your manifold pressure and everything like that has been spot on. Really good machine on all the flanges, including for the MAF and the CAC sensor. All the clamps are really good quality, and I cannot rave enough about these silicone connectors. They are thick, they are beefy, and when you use these, please use silicone spray. Anything that has an O-ring on it or a silicone connection, silicone spray is going to be your best friend. Pusher really pushes that, no pun intended, on their install videos. They do not have an install video for the 2015, 2016 trucks. However, it is very similar to their 17 and up install video. If you're curious about this product, I suggest you check it out. Really good tips on there. The instructions were spot on, colored, well printed out, well thought out. Really, anybody with basic hand tools and a little bit of mechanical experience can easily install this kit without issue. Really simple. Just take your time, watch the video, go over the instructions a couple times, and you'll be able to handle it. One thing I really was impressed with was this reroute kit. And if you don't want to buy the reroute kit, you can definitely do it a little cheaper. But this little flange down here that goes into where the coolant bridge is that comes up, it typically sticks up here and comes out. When I pulled that little tube out at the factory location, there's one teeny tiny little O-ring on there, and it had a lot of play in it. That's a common leak point on these trucks. The adapter that goes in here actually has 2 really thick O-rings in there, and it is a very tight fit. I actually used a little bit of silicone spray to get it in there, and I was really impressed with that, and I feel very confident that's not going to leak on us. So, jumping down real fast, You can't really see all the way down in there, but you can see the bends. Just see the general fitment. I still have to tuck all this up and out of the way. But just really, really good quality all the way around. You can actually see the turbocharger. You can get down in there to work on it if you need to. I opted for the dry sock, or sorry, not the dry sock, but the dry filter. That's personal preference with the dust shield on it. I think it looks good in my dirty, dirty engine bay. But hey, it works, and that's all based on your personal preference. Overall, really happy with it. You can see we're still running the SS Diesel Disaster Prevention Kit over there. That's their second version. We've been really happy with that. Performance. So, performance is always going to be open to a lot of debate, especially on a product like this. On my setup, I'm running a very small 40-50 horsepower tune. It's a economy/tow tune because this is a work truck. What I have noticed is the responsiveness from the turbo is a little bit better. We've noticed that it seems to get in boost a little bit faster, and our peak boost is actually lower by about, I don't know, maybe about 7 to 8%. Instead of peaking at 32, 33, we're peaking at like 30, 31. We would hit like 33.5, 34 from occasion. Now, like I said, about 31 is really about the highest we're hitting. And if you look on your factory, your map sensor sits way up here on top of your plastic intake manifold, right in this general area. Now it's closer to the lower portion. And I have a feeling that it's the lack of restriction in that is increasing the flow, which is therefore dropping pressure, which is good. That means the manifold is flowing well, flowing better than stock, which is not surprising, but it does show there's a change. Sound-wise, yes, you can hear the turbo significantly more. We had an SMB open air intake. The big, huge, has like a 6-inch tube on the end here. Big open air filter going straight to the turbocharger. And you could hear the turbo a little bit. With this, you can hear the turbo significantly more. You also hear more engine noise. So it doesn't baffle the engine noise nearly as much. You'll hear a little bit more dieseling, and you will hear the turbo on shutdown. You'll hear it kind of wind down a little bit. I've checked with multiple people. They all say it's normal and typical whenever you're running a hard piping kit. So you've got plenty of clearance up under for your CP4 metering valve. I do have the disaster kit on there, so there is a little bit of a billet spacer. I can't really get in there and show you very easily. Possibly from this angle, you can see the little shiny billet piece down in there. So that CP4 metering valve is tuned up a little bit higher than it would in a stock application. You can see there's still plenty of clearance. I mean, there's somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, and obviously this has really good mounting. That tube isn't going to move and strike that, so we're good there. Can't reiterate the use of silicone on these. Pusher really harps on it. These boots are really, really tight. You can use soapy water if you want to. It's going to dry really quickly, especially if you're, out in the summertime and it's 80, 90 degrees out. The silicone spray is night and day. If you're looking for an easy install on all your O-rings, all your silicone boots, just do it. I think a bottle of it or a can of it is like $7. It will save you so many words. I tried to install one of the pipes without it because I was being lazy. I didn't want to get off the truck. And I went in and got it, and it made my life 100 times easier. So just be aware of that. When you go to empty coolant out, if you are doing the coolant reroute kit, which really I recommend because it gets rid of the spider web that comes across here. You have little hoses running over here and there and everywhere. I highly recommend it. It's just cheap insurance to kind of tuck everything out of the way. You don't have to worry about things rubbing. This is the titanium finish, which does resist the dust. It doesn't show dust and dirt as much, which is why I went with this route. But still, those rubber lines rubbing on it will eventually wear marks into it, and you don't want to get a coolant leak because of something stupid. Like I said, you can do it yourself. Probably a lot cheaper than you can buy the kits. But I do recommend that. When you drain coolant out of these, pusher says about 2 gallons. Maybe they're sitting on a perfectly flat surface, but I'm going to recommend 2.5 to 3 gallons because I took 2 gallons out and I still have some spillage. 2.5, 3 probably on the safe side is what you need to drain out. And honestly, if you're draining that much, it's a good time if you're going to need to do a billet oil cooler upgrade, or if you're doing something like a Mitsumoto or SPE thermostat. It's a really good time to do that as an upgrade, and also potentially a good time to change your coolant. I really recommend changing your coolant on these trucks. If you've got 150,000 miles on them, has never been changed, really great time to do that. So just be aware of that. Other than that, I have nothing but good things to say. Do you need this upgrade? Absolutely not. It is not a must, but does it allow access to other components? Does it give you a lot more working space? Simpler to get around and work on the side of the road? Yes, absolutely. Is it more reliable? Abso-freaking-lutely. No doubt in my mind, this is a more reliable setup than the stock plastic junk that's on here. If you're considering one of these kits, Pusher is the kit I have experience with. I do recommend this product. However, there's plenty of others. SPE has a good kit out there. MPD also. I'm pretty sure No Limits and probably every other diesel fabrication company out there probably has a kit for these trucks. So pick your poison. Just make sure, check the reviews. My experience with Pusher was good. When I had questions, their customer service was top notch. Like I said, the only issue we had was that shipping issue, and we're working with them. They've already agreed to refund me on the powder coating, and they said they may give me another $100 back just if they can get the shipping claim filed. Once again, I will dock them on that because I think if you're sending out a product that's, over $1,000, you probably should have more shipping insurance on it, especially when you're getting some of these kits $1,500, $1,600, even $1,800 and up. Probably a good idea. So Pusher, if you do watch this video, sorry guys, that's the really only criticism I can give you. But like I said, everything else with this kit was top notch. I can't say enough good things about it. And yeah, I hope this helps some of you guys out. If you have any questions or concerns, please hit me up. The best way is just comment on this video. I'll try to stay on top of them now. I know I've been kind of negligent in the past about responding to comments, mainly because we're always busy, we're always working. But I'll try to stay on it. I'll try to help you guys out as much as possible. Remember, like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. It helps me out, it motivates me to keep making these videos. And overall, be safe, take care of each other, be patient with your neighbors. Everybody's going through crazy times right now. As always, all the way.